This is the TJ Show. Seems like this story keeps popping up in the headlines. Very sad, actually. If you follow along with the story of Jackie and Shadow, these are the two eagles. They live in Big Bear Lake, California, and there's a camera in their nest. And through, I think, almost a decade now, right? They've been broadcast on the internet.
The camera's been there since 2015, and Jackie and Shadow became famous in 2018.
Sad news, you probably may have seen it if you follow these birds. Jackie was attacked by another bird and then eventually died because of the attack.
Yeah, she had anemia and couldn't pull through.
Yeah, and so now Shadow, all of a sudden, this other bird just shows up. And they're calling the bird KD1 because that's like the tag that it has on its leg. And people are like, oh, I guess it's just another bird hanging out. Well, now that bird's been making itself really comfortable in Shadow's nest. And we think it's a bird that's a chick. Female eagle?
A ladybird.
I believe so.
Eagles usually mate for life until one passes away, and then they have to move on.
Is it weird to feel sad about this, that this happens so quickly, that Shadow seemingly found a new bird wife, girlfriend?
Because you're looking at it through like a human's perspective.
Yeah, no,
you feel some kind of way about it.
I'm asking, like
moved on pretty quick.
They seemed really
Did you even
close.
love her?
Right. I mean, they had so many babies together, so many hatchlings, and now it's just like, oh, this new Kate, and they're calling the bird Katie because it's KD1. They're saying they're giving it a name already.
Yeah.
It's almost like people want him to just move on. And I don't know, I feel like my heart's a little broken over that.
I'm with you. I have mixed feelings about it, too.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay, do you have any mixed feelings one way or the other?
I mean, my human feelings are like, oh, that's kind of jacked up. But like the animal world doesn't work the way the human world works, so I have to be okay with that.
Sure, they operate differently. Like, yeah, I mean, I could even look at my dog Luna. My wife dropped an egg on the floor yesterday. This dog goes over and just starts licking the yolk up. No human would ever do that. But she's gross. She's an animal. So maybe this is just another version of, they're not us. We know that already, but why do I feel this way? Yes.
I think Shadow deserves love, and I'm glad he's moving on.
You are?
Yeah, I'm glad. Yeah,
okay.
I'm happy for Shadow.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, and
Katie seems lovely.
Maybe this is a little too close to
home. You
home.
don't even know her yet. It's
only
been a couple days.
My wife said something wild just the other day, and I think it was based on this story. She said, you know, if something happened to her, which, God willing, that never happens, but she said, she accused me that I would move on so quickly. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Oh, you would mourn for a little, but you would go find somebody else.
I mean, that is so rude.
You would.
That is so rude.
Who's going to clean for you? Who's going to cook for you?
But Jackie and Shadow should not be causing these kinds of conversations in my life. Like, I didn't deserve that. I just want my wife to be okay.
Does she want you to move on if that's, God forbid, something happened to her? Like, would she be okay with that?
No, I shut down the conversation. I said,
but would she be okay with that?
You talk to her. I don't know. Go out to lunch. I'm not talking about
this.
this.
You know what she said.
No, I don't.
Well, how would you feel if you, God forbid, something happened to you and she moved on?
I want her to be happy. I want her to be with whatever she needs to be supported.
So then you would be okay with that?
I'd be okay with it, absolutely. As long as it wasn't someone weird.
That's fair.
And you need to double check that, okay?
That's fair, yeah, I can take care of that.
Yes, thank you. This is the TJ Show. I was just minding my own business last night in my house, and my oldest kid asked me a wild question.
All right.
And so I did a quick interview about this. Charlie just asked me a shocking question. Can you go ahead?
Can you buy some rubber ducks online so we can duck some Jeeps?
Now, she's asking me to buy, in bulk, by the way, rubber duckies, which they sell on Amazon. You can get like 100 of them.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
That's my middle daughter. They're all ganging up on me.
Yeah, it's totally reasonable.
And my youngest daughter. Guys, do you not remember what happened in the parking lot yesterday?
There was a Jeep sitting there, but nobody wanted to duck it because someone was inside of it.
So all three girls, prepared with their rubber ducky, left the house, just longing for a Jeep to put them on, because you know the deal. This is a thing Jeep people do. Jeep will love it when they come out and they see a duck on their car.
Yep.
They had a golden opportunity and they chickened out.
They got duck shy.
Yeah. You guys all had a duck. You could have ducked a Jeep and you all chickened out.
Well, because we like to surprise people.
You guys chickened out and now you want more ducks.
To our defense, there was 2 people inside of that car.
How is that a defense? I thought that was a pretty bad defense.
Well, wouldn't it be weird if you just saw random kids like, hello, mind if I put a duck on the roof of your car?
I think you guys are going to have to get a little bit braver with your ducking, and then we could talk about ordering more, okay?
I'm going to order some more.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Gram said she would give me $25.
Save it.
So her Gram, I mean, they hit up everyone they can for cash. That's
what
their
kids
job.
do.
Yeah, and apparently she offered to buy the ducks in bulk.
Nah. We would rather spend our money on rubber ducks.
That's not what Dave Ramsey would do.
Who's Dave Randy? Oh, I know who Dave Randy is. He's a rich person that does YouTube videos.
How do you know that?
Now, this is my youngest daughter. I don't know where she pulled that from.
How? You're 6. How do you know that? And his name's Ramsey. Go ahead.
I just know it. How did you know that?
The kids are blown away.
That's
They're like,
hilarious.
wait, what?
How did you know that, Noah?
You've seen him? What color is his hair?
Bald.
How do you know who Dave Ramsey is?
Maybe we could buy Dave Randy a wig.
Okay, guys, leave him alone.
That's a good use of money.
You're the one who mentioned him.
Don't they have to get in the game first? Don't they need to actually get the duck reps in? They have a duck and they were afraid to use it before we start ordering in bulk.
I think that's good parenting.
Yeah, that's what I
It's
thought.
a good lesson to be taught.
And also, you just teach them that it doesn't go on the roof of the Jeep; it goes on the door handle.
Right, and
Make sure they get that right.
Right, and 2 people in the Jeep seeing like little elves walk by and put 3 ducks in a row. A triple ducking would be amazing, right?
Well, I mean, I've had a Jeep for 6 years now, and I've yet to be ducked.
Once.
Well, my mom did it. You and Charlie did it, but I drove off without realizing the duck was there, so that was a fail. The only
Okay.
ducks I have in my Jeep, I bought myself.
well, this is
Usually, ducking are for Wranglers. I think you got to get a Wrangler, Kenny.
No, what I need is a decal, which I just found on Amazon that says "Duck Me."
Oh,
and I think
that
I'm
doesn't say needy at all.
on my car.
Hey, Camy.
Hi.
Hey, you heard this has been coming up on the show. What has it been, like 2 weeks now? We brought up this courtesy flush sign that Jabo saw at a mall. We've never seen such official business surrounding a courtesy flush. I've never seen a mall, an institution that big saying, please do this.
Right.
What did you want to say about that, Camy? You have quite a story.
Okay, so I've done some time in jail before. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I'm a better person. My life is different now. But you would think that when you're locked in a cell with 2 other people, that would be the best time in the world to have a courtesy flush, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the way they have it set up is you can only flush once every 5 minutes. And if you do flush twice, you're locked out for 5 minutes. You cannot flush the toilet for 5 minutes after that.
Oh,
They police everything in there.
Yeah.
Jeez, even
literally.
Is that
Yeah.
just to make things more difficult for the inmates, or is it a water
I
issue?
think it's like torture. I mean, you're already being tortured enough, and then you've got 3 people in there. I mean, you got to go, right? And then you're stuck like for 5 minutes, and you can't flush. It's insane.
Just sitting there staring at each other like counting down the time.
right.
Well, you know, a great time for a public service announcement. Try to stay out of jail.
Right.
It's horrific.
Exactly.
Right.
Stay out of jail.
Wow. Hey, Camy, when you're in a cell with 2 other people, do you make friends with them? What is that dynamic like?
I mean, sometimes it's easy, but I mean, there's been times I was pregnant in there, and sometimes it's pretty difficult. But I don't have to worry about that anymore. I'm a totally different person.
Camy, amazing job with whatever you did, and congratulations on having this second wave of life. I mean, I've heard stories about that kind of a thing before, and it's quite inspiring. So I'm just so happy for you.
I was pregnant. I had a baby in there, and my daughter is 6.5 now, and I had her while I was in there and missed the first 13 months of her life, and it broke me. I came out a different person that time. I had come out before and went right back to the life that I was living, but her grandparents saved my life.
Wow.
They saved her life and my life at the same time, so that's what changed me.
Well, Camy, thanks for sharing all that.
Of course, I'm proud of it. I'm proud to be where I'm at today.
Yeah, you should be. That's awesome. And also a great message for anyone who might be listening, because I know sometimes the radio is on in prisons. There's a whole nother life waiting for you out there. You just keep doing the right thing.
Yes, there is. I had done it several times and just went right back to the same life. And what it took for me was for somebody to give me a chance. Somebody to just give me a chance to do the right thing and to do better. And I flew with it. And I've been clean for 7 years now. And living life and taking care of my daughter, and we're happy. We're living the good life.
That's great. That's
Love
awesome.
that, Camy. Keep up the great work, and you call us anytime.
All right. Bye, guys.
Micky in Key West, you wanted to share something with us today.
In a previous life, I kid around and tell people that I did 23 years in jail,
Uh-huh.
and actually I was a corrections officer. It does seem a little inhumane sometimes and a little embarrassing and all those other adjectives you want to add to it. But we've got a lot of inmates that just do not acknowledge that they're in jail because of whatever happened on the outside, and we are basically their babysitters. And they limit the toilet flushes because they put things in the toilet and back everything up.
Oh,
They
so
will
they're...
deliberately flood their cell.
Got
And you
it.
don't want their cell flooding with toilet turtles.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, no, I don't want that.
Okay, so it would be like a way to cause an uproar where they'd have to get them out of the cell, and it might even be a chance to break out.
Exactly.
Oh, interesting.
Exactly. So it sounds mean, but it just takes one person to cause a new rule to be written. Because we used to have microwaves in the units, too, so that the inmates could heat their food up, so that they didn't have to have cold food, trying to do the right thing. And then one guy superheated a bowl of oatmeal and threw it on another inmate.
Oh.
And then they took the microwaves out. Now, because of this one person, everybody's punished. And unfortunately, that's just the way things go in a facility.
Micky, well, thanks for clarifying that. That's interesting. I never thought of that.
Everybody else is behaving like adults, and then it just takes that one person.
Did you like doing that kind of work, Micky, being in a facility like that?
I don't like a job where people say, it's not my job, you got to go talk to the next person, and then they pass the buck. It was not the most funnest job, but it was a structured job, and I like jobs that are structured, and you know whose job does what, and you know where the buck stops, and that person is responsible for their job and cannot pass it along.
Okay.
So it worked for me. You got to have a real thick skin. I've been cussed out in 7 different languages, and I'm sure they even made up a few. But yeah,
Those are the fun ones.
Big Latin.
Well, Micky, thanks for clarifying that. Great to hear from you. How's everything going in Key West?
Oh, well, it's like 102 degrees without the heat factor. The humidity makes you look like a Q-tip as soon as you step out. Otherwise, we're in a seasonal low for patronage, so prices are at the best. If you're a tourist and you want a deal, come on down. This is the time of the year.
Look at that.
All right.
You should work for the tourism board there in Key West. I'm sold.
No. I like being a vet tech and a office manager.
There she is.
This is my job.
Micky in Key West, great to hear from you today.
You're welcome, love. Have a safe day. Bye.
Bye. You know, people who have their AirPods really seem to love them.
Yep.
I was in a conversation with someone yesterday, and they've got the AirPod just dangling in their ear, and I'm like, are they listening to something? Why don't they take it out? But it's become a way of life to just leave them in. You see it all over the place. We did that whole experiment at college campuses. It's weird
People
now.
just walk around with them in their ear.
Right, and some have even explained that it's weird to have their ear in what they call raw dog mode, where they don't have something in it. That's a very concerning place to be. I don't want anything in my ear. It's annoying to me. Yes.
I have a friend, he pretty much uses it as a fashion accessory. I'm pretty sure he keeps an AirPod in his ear at all times just to look cool.
Well, it also just seems gross. Like, I don't know. Does it mess up your hearing if you're constantly... Also, I think when you put it in transparent mode, you're actually listening to what a microphone is sending into your ear, almost like someone who's wearing a hearing aid, right? Is that accurate?
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I have them. It works pretty well.
I have the old ones, so I don't know anything about no transparent or transformation, or I don't know anything about that.
It's just a headphone, yes.
Well, do you remember when Bluetooth for your phone first came out and people would just have those Bluetooth things on their ear at all times?
Yeah.
It made them feel important. I think that's
Yeah.
what it does. It makes people feel like they're, important and getting calls all the time and wheeling and dealing.
Yeah, that's what my buddy does. For
Well,
sure.
so here's the next level now. There have been rumors that Apple has a plan to develop AirPods with built-in cameras.
Oh, cool. We need
And
that.
there's now video evidence. It appears they might be available in the not-too-distant future. Mashable is reporting on a leaked video in the macOS Tahoe beta, whatever number it's up to, that shows Apple AirPods with built-in cameras. So I first thought, well, is it like eyes on the side of your AirPods? Like, can you go into horse mode? And now you can see like a horse would, which would be kind of cool. But apparently it's looking forward, however it's going to be arranged, almost like what you're looking at. So if you see a book, it could capture information for later and save it somewhere.
Seems very similar to the smart glasses from Meta.
Right, but you wouldn't have to wear the glasses. You would just have these things in your ear. The camera-equipped AirPods are expected to launch alongside new iPhones in early September. So is this like, I mean, listen, we're already combined with computers in a pretty big way, but now it seems like man and machine are coming together. And then how do we go backwards from that?
It's so unnecessary. I don't even think you need it.
Start it. We don't have to go backwards if we don't go forward. You know what I'm saying?
But we can individually choose to do that. But it seems like more people are choosing to move in this direction, which is very concerning to me.
Right. I just feel like these things, like, we already have cameras in our pockets at all times, right? Mm-hmm. Why do we need them to be more secretive? Because that's what it feels like. It feels like it's going to be harder to know if you're being recorded or not, because how are you going to know when these things are in people's ears?
Yeah, if you were concerned about the Meta glasses, these are more inconspicuous than that, I think.
Totally. Well, I think it's becoming a way of life that everything is being recorded and we're all being used as these little recording devices. Will there be a rear view mirror mode at some point where, you know, you've got a camera in the back and you could see who's walking behind you?
Oh, my mother already knows what I'm doing behind her back without even turning around.
She invented
Parents
rear
have
view.
that, yeah.
Yes. Seems like every other day, one headline after the next. Surveillance here, surveillance there. People cutting down cameras from the streets.
Yep.
And then we were just hearing about these new AirPods. The rumors are they're going to have cameras in them, and it's just going to be non-stop recording from people's ears. The eyeballs were not enough with the Meta glasses. It just keeps getting crazier. Well, Kenny hit the streets and was asking about some of this surveillance, where people are at with this.
How does that make you feel that we're constantly being watched?
In a way, it's good, but you know, you kind of like invading on people's privacy with all that. You know, with all the drones and this flying over. You don't know who's watching you or listening to you.
Yeah, does it change how you behave when you're out in public?
Yeah, sure it do.
Yeah, you can't help but act differently when you know you're being recorded. Like I was in Cleveland the other day, and I just needed to know where the nearest grocery store was. I went and I saw a cop. First thing I noticed was that he had a little camera, and I was like, hi, sir, where can I buy a banana?
Please and thank you, and I'm so sorry for anything I have done or will do in the future.
I plan to follow the rules.
Watch what you do, because somebody is watching you.
That sounds like a poem.
How do you feel about increased surveillance? Does it bother you at all?
No, in a sense, because if you're not doing anything wrong, what's there to worry about? And then on top of that, say somebody gets snatched up. You need them cameras for that.
Well, that's a good use.
Yeah, but have we had any stories of these cameras being used for that good use?
I haven't seen any recently.
Me neither.
Because I do watch those shows where they have the closed circuit TVs looking for people that disappeared. Yeah, so it can be a good thing. As long as it's not being abused, then I'm all right with it.
All right.
That's the caveat. I mean, to be fair, I mean, again, I've seen more abusive stories than I have seen it being used for good, but
there has been quite a few stories out recently where people have been using it for bad.
Too much surveillance at this point?
That's a good question. I'm a reader, and I've just read a couple books. 1984, I reread them after reading them as a kid. We all read them as kids.
Big Brother is
watching.
But
when you read them as an adult, you realize how knowledgeable and smart that book was.
Yeah.
The future that they predicted is here.
Yeah, that is very concerning because that book seemed like it was a far out science fiction, could never happen ever, and now we're like, yeah, that's happening.
What about these license plate readers and speeding cameras?
Right. See, I'm against those. Because they were using the city. I'm from Tucson, come from Tucson. The local government was using them as revenue generators, and actually they got voted down. To be honest with you, I used to be a process servers for those tickets, and the fines, and this was like 10 years ago, was like $300. They were a lot. So I thought it was unjust. I quit doing it. I didn't like doing it, and then it got voted down.
Well, see there, so a guy like this,
first-hand experience.
Yeah, he stands up to it. What a story this is. It was a baseball game last night. Seattle Mariners at the Milwaukee Brewers. the Brewers smacked them 22-0.
That's not a smack. A smack is like 7-0. That is a beatdown.
It was, a beatdown, the largest shutout win in Major League Baseball since 1888.
Yikes.
Which is totally wild. And it's actually funny how this all happened. The Brewers scored 1 run in the first inning, 5 runs in each the 5th, 6th inning, and then 9 runs in the 8th inning. Julio Rodriguez, he's in the outfield for the Mariners. He thought the inning was over, thought it was 3 outs. It was only 2 outs. He throws the ball into the stands. And it's like, wow, you're really not keeping track here.
I mean, at that point, who cares? You lost by so much.
Yeah, you get 2 extra bases for that, so I think 2 extra runs scored just because of that error alone.
That is so wild. The Brewers are currently 78-48, which makes them the best team in baseball right now. And what's even weirder about this, even with this crazy loss, the Mariners are still in the playoff hunt, just 3 games back for the final American League wildcard spot. So what happened? Like, did they just all have an off night?
Seems like it.
That's a wild loss.
Yeah, I mean, especially that 8th inning, it seemed the Mariners couldn't do anything right. I mean, besides throwing the ball into the stands, there were 4 other errors. Like, they were just, it was like the Benny Hill show and that music. And they're just running around chasing the ball while the Brewers just kept on scoring.
Or maybe Julio thought it was banana ball, and he was like, well, if I throw it to the fans, they catch it, it's out.
maybe they could get it out.
That's how that
the
works.
rules confused.
You know, I feel like I remember when I was playing Little League, there was like a rule where you couldn't beat a team this badly. Like, they would stop the game.
Yeah, they called it a mercy rule.
Yes.
In Little League.
Yeah. And do they need that in the majors now? Can these guys handle this?
This doesn't happen that often, TJ, but I think, in the pros, you got to take it as it is.
I remember one time, believe it or not, I was actually on a team where we were dominating so badly that they had to put the mercy rule in action. But I remember it was so fun to just keep getting run after run. I hit a triple that game. I mean, it was like, wow, this is really great. Yes.
I didn't play baseball or softball, but growing up I played soccer, and I was on a pretty good team. Shout out Old Bridge Heartbreakers.
There you go.
We had a rule, my coach had a rule that if we were beating a team by like 8 goals, 10 goals, you couldn't score with your feet anymore. You'd have to score with your head or your body in some other way.
Oh.
Which was like pretty cool and fun rule,
that's
I think.
clever.
Something fun for you guys to do since you guys are probably bored.
Yeah, we were bored because we were just killing them.
Right.
Well, you know what? But then you're getting more goals in an even harder way, which makes you guys look even better.
That's true too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it probably makes the losing team feel even worse.
Yeah. Oh, now that was
Hey.
scoring with their head.
Be better.
Well, okay, so good luck to the Mariners. I'm sure they'll get them in the next one. This is the TJ Show, our news. It sounds different around here. Kenny reads through every story he can find, and then he brings us the most interesting ones. Kenny, what's happening on the planet today?
We're learning about a messy and very likely smelly situation in Narragansett, Rhode Island.
Oh, by the way, adorable town. Love it.
It's right on the water. It seems beautiful.
Oh, and there's another place called Newport, which is close by.
Yeah.
I mean, top of the list with places that I've been over the years. Just gorgeous, beautiful little like brick roads. Very romantic.
Nice.
If you're into that kind of thing.
I'll put it on my list.
Yeah, you'll love. Oh, you would love it.
Well, and thankfully, this situation is now cleaned up. You wouldn't want to be there for this. A tractor trailer overturned and spilled over 20 tons of squid onto the roadways, blocked traffic for more than 8 hours.
When I hear that, I hear free food. Why wouldn't I not want to be there for that?
Yeah, well, when it first spills,
I'll be part of the cleanup crew.
Yeah, you would hope they'd be like, all right, take a couple, get them out of here,
Yeah.
get some bags, bring them home, do what you got to do with them. That's like a whale-sized squid.
Well,
when you
it's
put them all together.
Many squid together. Yeah, it wasn't cooked. It wasn't calamari just yet, but I guess it was on its way to be. But the trailer unhitched from the truck.
Oh, my goodness.
As they were turning, and then the trailer tipped over. The truck was transporting the squid to an out-of-town processing facility. Thankfully, there were no injuries reported, and the Rhode Island State Police cited the driver for failure to secure the load.
Oh, yeah, that's a lot. What does that cost? That's got to be a fortune.
So it's on its way to the processing facility. So this is raw squid. They say it could sell for anywhere from $1 to $1.50 per pound. So that's $2,000 to $3,000 per ton. So anywhere from $40,000 to $60,000.
Wow, that's a
worth
lot
of squid.
of squid.
Cost that company a lot of money.
Seriously. You know, there's another infamous story out of Boston. In Boston's North End, there was this wild molasses spill where molasses just started like flooding the street. A truck like turned over, and they claim, although I never smelled it while I was there, that every once in a while you get a whiff of molasses in the air, and they're like, "That's from the spill back in the early 1900s."
I would imagine better smelling than the squid.
Yeah, if the sun hits just right, they'll just roast
That's
the
exactly right.
molasses. Yeah.
Kenny, what else do you have?
We were talking earlier about the Seattle Mariners and their historic 22-0 blowout loss at the hands of the Milwaukee Brewers. But they
Domination.
they play again tonight, so perhaps a chance at redemption. But they find themselves in headlines today for another reason. They have a really cool fan experience, and it all started because of their vice president of fan experience was doom scrolling and discovered Italy's historic wine windows. So they're buccetta di vino. They're literally windows on sidewalks where you can go and order a glass of wine and somebody hands you a glass of wine out the window.
Okay.
So they have this speakeasy style attraction called the Secret Door, spelled S-E-A, Crit Door, as they are the Seattle Mariners, and its location is a secret. So you can go search the stadium far and wide for a chance to get these specialty cocktails from a window, and somebody just hands you a glass.
Okay.
That's fun.
That's cool.
Baseball needs fun stuff like this. This is going to get people to show up. You need a secret door.
It's like a pizza window, but you get alcohol.
Yeah. Now, I will say the drinks cost $20 to $30, depending on what it is.
It's special. It's ours. No one else knows about it.
But there's no traditional advertising. It's all word of mouth and social media, and people going to Mariners games are hardly watching the game. They're looking for the secret door. And other teams now want to adopt this going into next season.
What's the password?
I don't think you need a password. You just need to find the door.
But if there was one, what would it be?
Mariner?
No.
Knock, knock.
I would go with Ken Griffey Jr.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Because that's the only baseball player you know.
Or even better, Ken Griffey Jr. Baseball, the video game. And then you get your drink.
Yeah. The window is shaped like home plate, and it has like a Mariner's trident, and you have to pull it open to get the drinks.
That's cool.
Kenny, what else do you have?
OpenAI has announced it's rolling out ChatGPT for teens, specifically 13 to 17-year-olds.
Yeah, they need that.
Well, they say it will have a number of safeguards, including content restrictions on inappropriate topics. Also, it'll have a study hours feature that will guide students rather than just spitting out the answers for them. And the AI is also blocked from saying it has personal feelings towards its users to lessen the chances that these kids develop feelings for the AI chatbot.
Yeah, the fact that that's a problem, that's been happening, and that kids also, in some cases, worst case scenario, harming themselves because of their relationship with these bots. What a terrible thing.
I mean, that should be put on safeguard for adults as well.
Yes.
I don't think a chatbot should tell you, no matter what age you are, that it is in a relationship with you.
Right. But you're seeing headline stories that are almost featuring these things like, oh, wow, this is normal. It's not.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
And it appears this is coming in response after several lawsuits have been filed against OpenAI, makers of ChatGPT, that claim that the chatbot has put their children at risk.
Kenny, what else do you have?
An interesting advertising campaign from the canned water brand Liquid Death and Jason Kelce, former football player, Travis Kelce's brother and Taylor Swift's brother-in-law.
We know who he is at this point, right?
I want to make sure.
That's a resume and a half.
He owns Garage Beer, a beer brand. They've teamed up for what they're calling a PSA. They're asking people to donate their number one to help cool AI data centers.
Use that instead of water. I'm cool with it.
I think that has to be an attention-seeking headline, right? And it's working, by the way.
As far as we can tell, it doesn't appear they're actually asking for these donations. They say the ad uses absurd comedy to draw attention to the massive environmental impact and water usage required to cool modern AI infrastructure. But a very funny commercial.
Yeah, the more I'm thinking about the massive amounts of water they need to cool down these computers, I keep going back to I'd rather have the water to drink rather than running through pipes. How are you feeling about that?
I believe they're using water to cool the data centers down, but the data centers don't need water to be cooled down. They just need to be cooled down.
Right, yeah.
So they don't need to use water. They're choosing to use water.
Sure. Like, you ever see at the back of a grocery store that big meat refrigerator? Like, that could fit a
They
lot.
can find something else to cool the data centers down.
Yeah, do something like that.
It's just that water's cheaper. It's more available because it's just coming from the reservoirs.
Yes.
From people's drinking water.
And what I'm trying to get to is I don't want to run out of water. Like, I think that would be kind of bad.
That would be bad.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
All right. Or could they use ocean water, maybe? There's a lot of that.
They can make something. They've made these data centers. You can make something to cool them down.
Right. Could they use artificial intelligence to figure what else out?
I'm sure they could.
All right. What else you have, Kenny?
Well, another toilet-related story, according to space.com and a new study out of the University of Copenhagen in Denmark, they have analyzed blood samples from astronauts and found out why it seems to be difficult to do number 2 in space.
Oh, well, this is a good experiment.
From 1 to 2. Okay.
Yeah, that's the second story?
That is the second story.
All right. I like the placement there. Well, since we're hitting all the important toilet news, go ahead. What's the problem?
Well, I think it makes sense. It's the gravity. The lack of gravity slows down the digestive process in the human body. So the nutrients inside stay in the body longer. And they say this is a possible explanation as for why astronauts often get constipated while they're in space and also for, I guess, the days when they first return back to Earth.
That's tough.
It also might be that fake ice cream. Remember NASA? They sent us some of that like chalky ice cream that's freeze-dried.
Yeah.
I don't think that's great for your digestive tract. But I'm glad they're doing these experiments. I mean, listen, if they're going to be sending people to space, they got to really understand it.
Well, and I think that's the next step. They want to try to figure out what is an appropriate diet for these astronauts to make sure they're getting the proper nutrition that they need and also not having these digestive problems while in space. And if you're going to go to Mars, if you're going to go to the moon, that's a long time to be in space.
Kenny, what else do you have?
Somebody's car wound up at the bottom of a backyard swimming pool in Northborough, Massachusetts, and how it got there is actually quite the interesting story.
That's not great.
This was a situation of neighbors helping neighbors. You had one neighbor who lived kind of near a top of a hill who agreed to deliver packages to his neighbor at the bottom of the hill. They were on vacation. And I guess while driving down to the house, this guy's Hyundai Elantra, the brakes failed. So he's going down this steep driveway and he's got to make a split-second decision. Do I crash the car into the house? Or do I take it into the backyard and land it in the pool? And land it in the pool is what he did. And thankfully, there were no injuries.
There was no one home?
Nobody was home.
Which one do you choose, Jabo?
I think he made the right choice. As long as he can get out of the car in time.
Yeah, I have one of those little hammers in my car with the pointed end. And if I always think about like if I was in a body of water, which I hope never happens, that I'd be able to like break the window and then hopefully swim out to safety.
Yeah, this guy was able to roll down his window, climb out, and then swim to the edge of the pool. But indeed, photos of the car at the bottom of the pool and then a big crane coming in to lift it out of the water were what was featured on local news, and it's been picked up nationally as well. And the best part of this story is the packages that this guy was delivering, ironically, chlorine tablets for the neighbor's pool.
You know.
He serviced his neighbor's pool, too.
Yeah.
What a nice guy. Like, he needed that.
Yeah.
Kenny, what else do you have?
TJ, I remember you talking about this. I'm pretty sure you were a subscriber to Columbia House.
Yeah, I did them all. I remember I was at the grocery store. They used to have these little cards, and it would say, 6 CDs for a penny. And I'm like, well, that's a great deal.
Yeah.
Didn't think much about what was about to happen to you.
Did you have any idea that they were still operational?
How?
What are they selling? I mean,
they shifted in 2010 to DVDs. So they would be a mail order DVD company. Of course, the company goes back to 1955. Their original pitch was 12 records, vinyl records for a penny. And they lasted all of this time, a lot of restructuring, especially after 2010, bankruptcy in 2015, but they've been around. They just announced that as of September of this year, they will cease operations. There will be no more Columbia House records.
I mean, that's a pretty long track. Like, It's a good record.
Well, so long I didn't even know it was still happening. I was like, who the heck would ever sign up for that? But
You're probably still subscribed to it.
Yeah, that's right. I'm still paying the bill.
Apparently, it was like super. Like people would forget to unsubscribe, or it was super hard to unsubscribe, and people would just keep paying and paying and paying for years.
Yeah, I think I remember it working out to like $7 or $8 a CD if you did it right. But what would often happen is some kid would sign up, and then they didn't know that like once you're in, you're in, and then it would take a parent to call and cancel. It was a mess.
Yeah, I remember having it. I don't remember how I canceled it. I have no idea. It was under my grandmother's name.
Yeah, so there you go.
She's long gone, so maybe it's canceled then.
Yeah, well, you just got to enjoy the music.
Yeah.
That's the right way to use it. Kenny, thanks for keeping us somewhat informed.
That's what's happening.
It does feel like kind of dark when you start going into spaces with other human beings. Not all the time, but there's a lot of like gloominess. People are down, they're buried in their phones.
Yeah, sometimes I say hi to people when I see them. Sometimes I don't because I want to be in my own world too. But I walked into one of my favorite coffee shops the other day, and the guy in front of me had what I thought, a really cool outfit on. In my head, I'm like, man, his outfit's so cool. And I'm like looking at him up and down, like sizing him up and just kind of seeing what he put together.
It felt good. I really enjoyed it. Yeah. No, it wasn't me.
It wasn't you. It wasn't
Never
you.
you.
We see that outfit every day.
And
Hey, J-Bo liked my shoes the other day, right?
She bought them, didn't she?
No,
not those. The other ones.
These are new.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he had a pair of low black Air Force Ones. But anyway, so finally I just said, okay, let me get my thoughts out of my head. And I just said, hey, man, I really like your outfit. And he got so excited. This guy turned around and he was like, thank you. He's like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. It means so much more coming from a woman. And I was like, I feel that. Yeah, I totally get that. He went back to ordering and the barista complimented his scarf. And he turned back around and he was like, she liked my scarf. Like, he was just so excited. And I'm like, I told you, man, your outfit is so cool. Like, it was well put together. The color schemes, even like the different textures in the fabrics, the fact that he had the confidence to wear what he was wearing. It was great.
Okay, a couple things. First of all, I feel like you just sort of lightening that moment in the line where everyone's just paying attention to themselves. It almost like lit a chain reaction where now the barista's getting involved.
And she didn't hear me compliment him.
She
either.
didn't? Okay.
No.
So this guy's just fly.
Yeah, he's fly, for sure.
I guess it pays to dress well. The other thing I want to point out is he's wearing a scarf in the summer. Is that accurate?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, I've taken a lot of heat because, and by the way, I haven't worn a scarf all of this summer, but I've been made fun of badly for that.
No.
By this very room. So.
Oh yeah, no, we roasted you for that for sure, and we will. If you come in tomorrow with it, you will get roasted. But he didn't have it like wrapped around his neck. It was like draped over, like his shoulder, like around his neck, around his shoulders.
I wish scarves would get a little more popular. The problem is I can't get them to be popular. I try to wear it. I try to start a trend. This guy's the guy we need.
I think it's the scarf that you're wearing. You're wearing like your wife's scarf. Get like a man's scarf.
And he's also pairing it well with his outfit.
Yeah, it like matched.
You're just
probably,
throwing it on.
Yeah.
First of all, I lost that particular scarf, the very thin one that my wife, yes, it started
You
as
lost
hers.
her scarf?
No, it became ours. And I think she hid it somewhere. She wanted me to stop wearing
Probably.
it.
She probably wanted it back.
But my point is, J-Bo, I love that you're seeking a way to lift someone up, even seemingly such a small way. I think the world needs that.
Yeah, I think he walked out of there with like his chest up and a little like pep in his step.
Yes. Yeah, and do that to me sometimes when you like what I'm wearing.
Just don't ask for the compliment.
You see my
I
green
love
pants
giving them
today?
as long as you don't ask for them. You see, people start asking for compliments. I make it harder to give it.
Yeah, this is an olive color, by the way. I like it. Go ahead.
I had somebody compliment my Nikes at the mall the other day, but he was trying to sell me shoe cleaner. He looked at one of those kiosks.
Oh, he was trying to sell you is what he was doing.
I know that guy, and he got my wife Jess. You don't need shoe cleaner.
Felt good for a second.
My wife comes home with this shoe cleaner. I go, you spent how much on that? You got to be kidding me.
You do need it. Your shoes up. You spend enough money on your shoes, you should clean them.
This is the TJ Show.
I'm James Patterson. I write way too many books. Welcome to Hungry Dogs. The title comes from my maternal grandmother, Isabel Zelvis Morris. Nan used to always say, hungry dogs run faster, James. And I've been running fast ever since. Here's what will be coming your way soon, and this is a really terrific list, I think. You'll hear from some incredible people like Stacey Abrams, yay! BJ Novak, yay! Kathy Bates, Dolly Parton, Josh Gad, and Pope Leo. Okay, maybe not Pope Leo, but who knows? Maybe he'll show up. Hungry dogs run faster. Thank you, Grandma, for turning me into a hopeless, obsessive compulsive. Listen to Hungry Dogs with James Patterson. That'd be me on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts. Thank you, thank you, thank you.